Your Walmart marshmallows might contain fish. Your juice box, arsenic. And that colorful candy your kids love is banned in 30 countries. We'll show you exactly what you're buying. Let's start with something your kids probably ate last week. Titanium dioxide. Sounds like something from a chemistry lab, right? That's because it basically is. This white powder is the same stuff used in paint and sunscreen, and somehow it ended up in your candy. Europe banned titanium dioxide back in 2022 after reviewing thousands of studies. Why? Because it can damage your DNA and potentially harm your immune system. The European Food Safety Authority said they could no longer consider it safe. But here in the United States, it's still perfectly legal. Walk down the candy aisle at Walmart and you'll find it hiding in Skittles, Sour Patch Kids, and even those innocent-looking Hostess chocolate cupcakes. The kicker, Great Value's own red icing contains propylparaben, another ingredient California had to ban because the FDA wouldn't do it first. A chemical that builds up in your body and could mess with your hormones is literally being marketed to children in brightly colored packages. Food companies defend this by saying the FDA approves these additives, and technically, they're right. But here's what they're not telling you. The approval system is broken. Now let's talk about Walmart's house brand specifically. Great Value is supposed to be the budget-friendly option. Same quality, lower price. But nobody warned you about what comes with that discount. In August 2024, Walmart recalled over 9,500 cases of Great Value apple juice. The reason? Arsenic levels were 13.2 parts per billion when the maximum allowed is 10. Arsenic is a known carcinogen, and children are especially vulnerable because of their smaller body weight. More than 80% of parents give their young kids fruit juice, not knowing they might be serving up a slow poison. Then in September 2024, almost 900,000 packages of Great Value fruit cups were pulled from shelves nationwide. The culprit? Red dye. Number 3, a colorant that studies show causes cancer in laboratory rats. Europe banned it ages ago. The FDA finally banned it in January 2025, but only after decades of pressure and after it was already in millions of homes. But here's something even weirder. People started noticing strange warnings on Great Value products. One TikTok user found may contain traces of tilapia on a bag of mini marshmallows. Another discovered their pancake syrup might contain anchovies, fish, in your marshmallows and syrup. Walmart's explanation, it's probably cross-contamination from using fish gelatin or shared facilities. Either way, it's not exactly reassuring. In May 2024, 3 Great Value chicken pasta products were part of a massive recall. Almost 12 million pounds of ready-to-eat meat contaminated with listeria. The bacteria can cause serious illness, especially in pregnant women and people with weakened immune systems. This is where things get really disturbing. There's a regulatory loophole called GRAS, generally recognized as safe. It was created in 1958 for obvious stuff like salt, water, and vinegar. Things everyone knows are safe. Makes sense, right? But in 1997, the FDA changed the rules. Now companies can declare their own ingredients as safe without ever getting FDA approval. They don't even have to notify the agency. Let me repeat that. Food manufacturers can add chemicals to your food without telling anyone. Since 2000, nearly 99% of new chemicals in the American food supply came through this loophole, not through actual FDA review. That's not an exaggeration. That's environmental working group data. We're talking about hundreds of substances where companies decided for themselves that they were safe enough for your family. Remember Daily Harvest? In 2022, they added something called Terra flour to their products, called it GRAS, and nearly 400 people got sick. Some people's livers failed so badly they had to have their gallbladders removed. The FDA didn't ban Terra flour until 2024, 2 years after people were hospitalized, and that's not an isolated case. In 2010, a flavoring agent called diacetyl was deemed GRAS and used in microwave popcorn. Workers who inhaled it developed a rare, irreversible lung condition now known as popcorn lung. It took years of lawsuits before manufacturers finally removed it. The FDA never banned it. Then there's carrageenan, a thickener extracted from seaweed and used in everything from almond milk to ice cream. Studies have linked it to intestinal inflammation, but because companies classify it as GRAS, it's still everywhere in the US. Meanwhile, the European Union removed it from infant formulas over a decade ago. Even more alarming, many GRAS declarations rely on confidential data. The companies making these safety claims often refuse to release their studies, citing proprietary information. So the FDA doesn't see the data. Independent scientists can't review it, and consumers are left completely in the dark. And this isn't just some abstract regulatory problem. It's showing up on Walmart shelves right now. Take their great value products, for example. Many of those value snacks, frozen meals, and drinks contain additives approved under GRAS, not through formal FDA review. Ingredients like BHA, BHT, and TBHQ, preservatives linked to hormone disruption and potential carcinogenic effects, are all self-certified as safe. Walmart sells dozens of products with them under its house brand. Before we continue, if this information is blowing your mind right now, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We're going deep on food industry secrets that major retailers don't want you to know about. And if you're feeling generous, smash that like button to help more people discover what's really in their grocery carts. All right, let's keep going. Let's compare what you can buy at Walmart versus what Europeans would never allow on their shelves. The difference is staggering. Potassium bromate is a suspected carcinogen used to strengthen dough in baked goods. It's banned in Europe, China, India, and Canada. California finally banned it in 2024, but in the rest of America, still completely legal. Professor Eric Millstone from England's University of Sussex put it bluntly, there is evidence that it may be toxic to human consumers, that it may even either initiate or promote the development of tumors. BHA and BHT are preservatives in tons of pantry staples, including great value pepperoni and sausage links. Japan, the UK, and the entire European Union have banned them from food. Why? They can interfere with your hormones and potentially make your body more susceptible to cancer, but walk into any American Walmart and they're sitting right there on the shelf. Azotocarbonamide is used as a dough conditioner in bread products. It's banned in Europe and Australia. You know what else it's used in? Yoga mats and shoe soles. That's right, the same chemical that makes your yoga mat spongy is in your sandwich bread. Sara Lee, Wonder Bread, Martin's potato rolls, and yes, many great value products still use it. The pattern is clear. Europe takes a precautionary approach. If there's credible evidence an ingredient might cause harm, they ban it until it's proven safe. America does the opposite. We assume it's fine until someone gets hurt, and even then, the ban takes years. Here's what really bothers me. Walmart has had so many recalls that it barely makes headlines anymore. It's just background noise at this point. November 2024, Great Value cinnamon rolls and cheese danishes were recalled because they might contain pieces of plastic. Over 40,000 packages nationwide. Not expired food, plastic contamination during manufacturing. September 2024. Those fruit cups we mentioned earlier with the cancer-linked red dye, the FDA classified it as a Class 3 recall, meaning it's unlikely to cause health problems. But it still violated labeling laws because the dye wasn't declared as an ingredient. Parents were feeding it to their kids without knowing. February 2024. A customer with severe onion allergies almost went into anaphylaxis after eating Great Value hash browns. Turns out Walmart had quietly changed the recipe and added onions, but they didn't highlight the change anywhere on the product page. The customer only found out after the fact when they compared old and new ingredient labels. Walmart's response? You should have read the fine print. Never mind that the default assumption is that product formulations don't change without warning. December 2024. Great Value chicken broth was recalled due to packaging issues that could lead to spoilage. More than 2,000 cases across 9 states. The common thread: quality control issues, undeclared ingredients, contamination, and dangerous additives that slip through because oversight is practically non-existent. So why does Walmart, and frankly, most American grocery stores, get away with this? 3 reasons: money, loopholes, and lack of enforcement. First, money. Walmart is the world's largest retailer. They move product at a scale that's hard to comprehend. When you're selling millions of items per day, cutting corners on ingredient quality can save massive amounts of money. Those savings get passed to consumers, but so do the risks. Second, loopholes. That GRAS system I mentioned earlier isn't just broken. It's designed to benefit corporations. Companies can hire their own experts to evaluate their ingredients, declare them safe, and start using them immediately. No government oversight, no independent verification. Just corporate self-regulation masquerading as food safety. And finally, enforcement. The FDA is chronically underfunded and understaffed. In 2025, they're facing even more cuts. They physically cannot inspect every product or test every ingredient claim. State governments like California have started picking up the slack, but that's a patchwork solution, not a national standard. Meanwhile, Europe uses a third-party government agency to decide what's safe before it goes into food. America lets corporations decide and then reacts after people get sick. One system prioritizes prevention. The other prioritizes profit. Walmart specifically announced in October 2025 that they'll remove synthetic dyes and over 30 additives from Great Value products by 2027. That's great news, but think about the timeline. They're saying, we know these ingredients are questionable, but we'll keep selling them to you for another 1.5 years. That tells you everything you need to know about priorities. Now, we promised we wouldn't leave you completely hopeless. Here are 2 Great Value items that are actually solid choices. All right, after everything we just told you, you're probably thinking Walmart is a nutritional nightmare from top to bottom. But here's where we give credit where it's due. Great Value organic products are actually legitimate. Here's why this matters. When something carries the USDA organic seal, it's not just marketing fluff, it's legally binding. That certification means the product went through actual third-party verification. No synthetic pesticides, no genetically modified organisms, no sewage sludge as fertilizer, which, yes, is actually a thing in conventional farming. Great Value's organic frozen vegetables are one of the best deals in the store. A bag of organic broccoli costs maybe $1 more than conventional, but you're avoiding pesticide residues that have been linked to everything from hormone disruption to neurological issues in children. The Environmental Working Group found that conventional broccoli can have up to 18 different pesticide residues. The organic version, 0 to trace amounts. Their organic canned beans are another solid choice. Beans, water, salt, that's it. No preservatives, no added sugars, no mystery chemicals, just protein and fiber in a can. Compare that to some conventional canned goods where the ingredient list reads like a science experiment. The organic dairy products follow the same standards. The cows can't be given growth hormones or routine antibiotics. They have to have access to pasture. It's a higher standard of animal welfare, which translates to cleaner milk, cheese, and yogurt on your table. Now, organic isn't perfect. It doesn't solve every problem we've talked about. But when you're shopping at Walmart and you want to minimize your exposure to questionable additives, the organic line is your safest bet. It's proof that when regulations actually exist and get enforced, the food system can work the way it's supposed to. Here's something most people don't know. Walmart partnered with Kroger's Simple Truth brand, and it's honestly one of the smartest moves they've made for health-conscious shoppers. Simple Truth products are designed around a simple philosophy: minimal ingredients, maximum transparency, no artificial preservatives, no synthetic colors, no high fructose corn syrup. It's not just organic, it's clean label, which means if you can't pronounce an ingredient or wouldn't cook with it at home, it doesn't make the cut. Let's give you a real example. Great Value's Simple Truth almond butter contains exactly 2 ingredients, almonds and salt. That's it. No added oils to prevent separation. No sugar, no emulsifiers. Compare that to conventional peanut butter, where you'll find hydrogenated oils, molasses, mono, and diglycerides, and sometimes even unnecessary preservatives. Their pasta sauce is another winner. You've got tomatoes, olive oil, garlic, basil, and spices. Open a jar of conventional sauce, and you'll see sugar listed as the second or third ingredient, along with natural flavors, which is code for pretty much anything the manufacturer wants it to be. The Simple Truth chicken is raised without antibiotics. This is huge because antibiotic overuse in livestock is directly contributing to antibiotic-resistant bacteria in humans. The CDC estimates that at least 2.8 million antibiotic-resistant infections happen in the U.S. every year, and our food supply is part of the problem. Choosing antibiotic-free meat is one way to vote with your wallet. Even their snacks are cleaner. The Simple Truth tortilla chips, corn, oil, and salt. No artificial flavors, no preservatives, no weird additives to make them shelf-stable for a decade. They taste like actual food because they are actual food. Look, we're not saying Walmart suddenly became a health food paradise. The majority of their products still have serious issues, but the Simple Truth line proves that affordable, accessible, clean food is possible. It shows that when consumer demand gets loud enough, even the world's largest retailer will respond. If you're going to shop at Walmart, and we know many of you don't have much choice, this is the line you want to focus on. It's not perfect, but it's a massive step in the right direction. And the more people buy these products, the more Walmart will invest in expanding them. Knowledge is power, and now you have it. You don't have to overhaul your entire life overnight. Just start making smarter swaps where you can. If this video opened your eyes, share it, especially with parents. Hit like to help others see what's really in their food, and comment what shocked you most. Fish and marshmallows, arsenic in juice, or the FDA loophole. Subscribe to the channel for more truth about what's in your cart, and watch the next video to uncover which everyday foods are quietly harming your health. Stay sharp, stay skeptical, and stay healthy.